I don't know about any one of you, but if your leadership has asked a question, the answer is AI at the moment, right? If you look at any one of these researchers, whether it's IDC, McKinsey, Gartner, our own at NTT, we believe that the saving grace when it comes to companies like ours that deliver services, but most of you out there, is innovating, and technology like AI will have to be adopted in some form or the other. But the reality is, as you move away from experimentation to large-scale deployments, it's no longer a pet project. There's some fundamental challenges that we face when we scale. Let me just unpack a couple of those. Teams working in silos. There's a serious challenge around adoption. Scalability. How do we connect our infrastructures in a manner that can give us those throughputs or that latency required to drive workloads or data that are demanded by AI technology? Data duplication, complexity, and for most organizations, proliferation of tools. So when we partner with organizations to build solutions or deliver services that has AI baked into it, we can't start from the technology landscape. Quite often, it's about talent transformation, it's about change management. Imagine going to a level 1 SOC or NOC operator and telling them that tomorrow we'll do network operations without you. So there's a massive element of that human aspect that we need to get right. These sort of projects, or to deliver these sort of outcomes, it's no longer a one-time, one-budget cycle initiative. It's not a CapEx project that you need to secure in your budgets, and then an NTT or somebody else will turn up, do it, walk away, and voila. The emphasis is on a life cycle of services. It's about continuous improvement. It's about continuous learning. You need a 360 view of not just your infrastructure, but your entire ecosystem. Be hardware infrastructure, software infrastructure, language models, orchestration tools, and the applications. And last but not least, we've heard security, security, security. How do we ensure we are secure by design? Now at NTT, we've been fortunate that we've been doing research in the space of AI for over 40 years. We spend $3.6 billion annually as part of our research budget, and some of those are right behind me. Over and above that, we create a $500 million venture fund. Why? Because we know innovations like what you've seen outside are phenomenal. And sometimes minds put together deliver outcomes faster. But what we've done over the years is we've built advanced research from security, quantum computing to AI, is start to build our own assets that we use to deliver outcomes to our clients, but also productize this for our own consumption. For example, today, when we do migration of code, modernization of infrastructure, we use coding. Coding is a proprietary tool that we use to remove tedious development work from our developers. EVA, our conversational AI. We've closed a lot of our offices in terms of having receptions up the front. We now use EVA as our conversational AI platform. Hey, we had to build our own large language models because kind of we had to. Suzumi, we built one of those. But again, our call to fame has always been how we connect the world. And ION, in particular, all photonics networks, is something that we've pioneered and built to be able to do large amounts of data processing at the fraction of the time. So low latency networks is something that we've built and sent as an industry first. Now, all this is good enough, but how do we use this to deliver practical, real use cases on a daily basis? And I'm going to share with you 3 use cases of how we, in our business, use AI technology to transform the way we deliver IT services. The first one is how we operate networks. Today, in Singapore, we bring in 82% of the internet traffic. In Asia Pacific, around 94% of the internet traffic traverses around our backbone. How we operate our networks can't be with people and people alone. So we have an end-to-end management portal, which is intuitive, driven by generative AI. We solve 95% of our network issues preemptively, reducing our ticket handling times by over 30%. Capacity management and performance management. We're able to change routes of how we move traffic from our diverse circuits in real time. We have clients in Thailand that leverage this technology. We proactively manage their networks with AI at the center of it. Because when you go into markets and you take over someone's management of their infrastructure, they expect it for you to do or manage that efficiently, but manage that at a more reasonable cost. And for us, we use that to augment how we deliver services to our clients. Secondly, how do we delight our clients when it comes to customer experience? Now, you've seen your own banks, your own telcos, your own retailers emphasize on how important that emotional connection is. And trust me, is there a place for AI? There is today. As simple as call summaries in a call center or an interaction summary. How do we, irrespective of the language, by switching languages, and for us in Southeast Asia, no interaction is done in one language, trust me. How can we augment that and provide automatic call summaries in our CRM systems? We don't need a human being to type that anymore. How can we ingest 100% of the conversations, interactions that are happening in call centers, contact centers, and be able to drive real-time insights, be able to empower the agents with the next best action? And there is always this scare that, hey, AI is going to take over the world, or this so-called jobs of contact center agents. For us, we believe AI will allow us to meet service levels when you run contact centers. But one of the most powerful use cases today that we drive using generative AI is synthetic testing. Before an employee turns up to work, we are able to test an end-to-end call flow, knowing that any changes that happen in the network has not impacted the call center operation. Now, for those of you who work in telcos, for those of you who work in large banks and have anything to do with call centers, you know that to do an end-to-end testing, that's normally a 4 to 6 hour job done by 6 or 7 individuals. But these are little, just little steps that we've taken by leveraging AI to be able to transform IT services that we deliver to our customers. Now, this is one of my favorite ones. A country like Singapore, and like many others, wherever you've come from, we all are grappling with talent. How do we improve citizen health? Using technologies like AI and biomedical digital twin. At NTT, we have our own research center that focuses on biomedical research, specifically around cardiovascular, the brain. And one of the use cases we've delivered here in the Singapore market, partnering with Synapse, is a project, or what's known as AIM-SG. And what we've done with Synapse is we've built a platform using some of our IP, the IP of our partner Synapse, to be able to do AI imaging, being able to take X-rays and the likes and use AI algorithms, machine learning to be able to predict or be able to give insights into what does that particular patient look like, or what's happening to this patient. And why are we doing this? Singapore has some of the best medical care in the world, but we have an element of shortage when it comes to resources. But again, it removes that element of that human mistake. So whether you're looking at simple use cases as running a traditional network, running customer experience, running contact centers, or highly impact things like improving citizen health, we believe that AI plays an important part, provided you think of it end to end. Now, many organizations have been many amazing things that's been demonstrated, and the sizzle is phenomenal. But there's one thing I'll leave you with, and that is, when it comes to moving from experimentation to large-scale deployment, this is not just a technology-only challenge. You have to consider the human elements, and that's where change management, project managers is very, very important. Thinking full stack, from infrastructure to language models, to orchestration tools, to applications, both domain or industry specific. That has to be daisy-chained. And last but not least, it has to be secure. And to really drive value, you need to have domain expertise. And that's where NTT, with our heritage of being a 200-year-old company, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not, right? We've been able to dabble our toes in all of this. So for those of you who have a bit more time, we have a little booth out there. For us, it's about consistency. For us, we are using technology for our own internal transformation because status quo is no longer good enough. With that, I thank you for your time and enjoy drinks later. And I hope once you leave this event that you go spread the love, because the adoption of AI is critical for us to be able to change how we need to operate as society. With that, thank you very much.